It's the rotating blades of a windmill. For others, it's the drawbridges and even a couple of waterfalls. But no matter the challenge, there's enough fun for all ages. So we stopped by Topgolf and Putt Putt Fun Center to ask people what they love about mini golf.
We're both kind of outsidesy people, and it's not a long thing. You can never go wrong with mini golf. I guess it's quick. You know what you're getting into. I guess if the date does go well, then I could take her in for ice cream if I wanted to, not to give up my plans or nothing. But yeah, it's just kind of an easy thing to do.
Well, hey, like Nathaniel said, mini golf is an easy activity and a great way to get outside, but it's also the perfect spot for you to show off your skills and impress a special someone. And hopefully that worked out for him because he and Callie were on their very first date. And Emily, I don't know really a better icebreaker than talking to News 12 on your first date. You know, I've had my fair share of horror dates, but this would have to go down as one of the top ones in the book. I mean, how can they forget? We recorded it.
Yeah, I know. I'm so excited. Look, I hope that it went well, but a flood risk is possible in those especially flood-prone areas. So just make sure if you live on a road or near a road that floods very easily, just make sure you're very cautious over the next 48 hours or so. But Hallie, I'll have a check on your radar and your 7-day forecast coming up.
Thanks, Em. And the South Carolina Ag and Art Tour started last weekend, and Aiken joined in on the fun today. 22 counties participated to show off their local farms and artists, and Newberry and Berkeley counties joined Aiken today. And Aiken County had 10 locations visitors could visit with items for sale like flowers, compost, and some artwork, even some of these fresh veggies. So some places had animals that you could meet, and one local man says these events are so important to farmers like himself.
Coming to the market is actually kind of an amazing thing. First off, I get to really meet people from the community, and second off, I start to realize how much garbage is in the grocery store versus coming here. You know, Kroger says that, hey, we support local farmers. No, they don't. Here, they support local farmers, and they encourage people to come out, make their own produce, their own breads and things like that, so that they can buy quality food and quality meat.
Donald says 2 lucky dogs also give tours of their farms, which specializes in mushrooms. So if you missed out today, don't worry. The Ag and Art Tour is going on until June 29th, and next weekend it'll be headed to Bamberg County. So for a full list of the counties that it's headed to and those dates, you can check out our website at wrdw.com. And a death at Lee Corral. Well, we're tracking rainfall across the CSRA, and that's going to impact your Mother's Day. I'll have more details on that and the next 7 days coming up. And a group of unclaimed veterans were buried on Friday. More on the burial next. And as we head to break, we're going to show you some love to our moms of News 12 for our weekend team. So we're going to give a happy Mother's Day to these ladies, and a special shout out to my mom for answering my 500 calls a day.
Parker's Kitchen, we go big. Our catfish sandwich. It's huge, bigger than the bun, with an extra large serving of Parker's signature sauce at Parker's Kitchen.
First Alert Weather, where accuracy matters, keeping you alert during severe weather and helping you plan your day. We put our money where our forecast is. Each weekday, our forecasted high is within 3 degrees of the actual high. A local charity gets money in the bank. By being 100% accurate for a full month, over $1,000 went to a single charity. No other Augusta station is on your side the way we are, keeping you ready for anything and putting our accuracy to work.
The First Alert Weather 3-degree guarantee, sponsored by Tub Doctor.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go here, surf's up, here, woo-hoo, and here.
Lease a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for $359 a month for 36 months with $36.58 due at signing. That's just $359 a month on the Toyota Tacoma.
Your summer starts here and just keeps on going.
Toyota, let's go places.
Well, if you've been watching us tonight and noticed the show hasn't been working properly, we'd like to apologize for that. We've been having some technical difficulties, but we're in the process of getting those fixed, so we appreciate you sticking with us. And as the Toronto Blue Jays and horse jockey Junior Alvarado, who rode Sovereignty to victory at the Kentucky Derby last week, has now been fined. Race officials say he hit the horse with his riding crop 8 times during the race, and riders are only allowed to do that 6 times. The jockey is facing a $60,000 fine and a 2-day racing suspension. And 3 unclaimed veterans received an honor guard from the U.S. Army, U.S. Air Force, and American. Well, we're tracking showers and thunderstorms this evening overnight. That's going to continue and throughout your Mother's Day. When will the rain stop? I'll tell you coming up. And coming up, hear the story behind some cookies with Pope Leo's face on it.
What's Wrdw fresh for everyone?
Trust meteorologist Emily Acton for your first alert.
Taking a live look at downtown Augusta after a rainy day, and it doesn't look like the rain is going away anytime soon, is it? Yeah, it's not, Hallie, unfortunately. This rain is going to be here for the next 48 hours or so. But good news is we'll get a little bit of a break here or there, but it's going to be pretty comparable to what we saw today. That's what we can expect for your Sunday and Monday. So here's a look right now at what we're tracking. A few light showers over a good portion of the CSRA, the western portion, but you can see down south, just outside the viewing area, a line of heavier showers are moving through, maybe a couple rumbles of thunder embedded in that line there, and that's going to continue to track north. We're not tracking a severe threat with this, but flooding is a concern as we go throughout the next 48 hours or so. But again, this is that heavier line that I'm showing you. It is starting to weaken, but still has some lightning involved in it. So if you're in our southern counties, south of Interstate 20, you're probably going to hear some thunder over the next couple of hours. But again, we're not anticipating a severe threat with this. Here's what we're expecting tomorrow morning. Couple of light showers, maybe heavy in a few spots, and then we might get a little bit of a break for midday. But by the time the evening rolls around, we can expect to see some more widespread showers and thunderstorms, and Monday's no different. Here's what we're looking at Monday around 8:30. Pretty much wet for most of us here, and it's going to be off and on throughout the day. By the time we get into Tuesday, maybe a few light showers here and there, but Tuesday is looking a lot drier than what we can expect tomorrow. So Mother's Day is tomorrow. If you have any outdoor plans, just know it is going to be very wet outside. So you might get a little bit of a break, but the ground will be wet no matter where you go. Monday, a little bit better. You can see we'll kind of have those periods of rain, heavier rainfall, and at times it might be a little bit less. So that's a little bit of a break here or there. Over the next 7 days, though, rainfall totals anywhere from 2 to 3 inches. Some spots could see 3+ locally, and really where those heavier bands tend to set up some heavier showers and pop-up thunderstorms. Again, that will make those rain chances go up a little bit higher. Here's coverage Sunday and Monday. You can see all of us here in the CSRA can expect to see rain Sunday and Monday. Tuesday, maybe a little bit more hit or miss. And then Wednesday, really looking a little bit drier for us, mostly dry. Thursday, dry but very warm. By the end of the week, a complete pattern flip for us by Thursday, and that's going to go into next weekend and into next week. So it's a big drastic change is all I can say. Tomorrow high will be lucky if we reach that 70-degree mark. Showers and thunderstorms both Sunday, Monday, isolated showers Tuesday. By the time we hit the end of the week, we'll see those 90s for the afternoon highs, Hallie. Small businesses across the area, the Chicago area, found a way to capitalize on the historic selection of the American Pope. This small bakery designed a treat sure to taste the taste buds of Pope Leo fans. It's a sugar cookie with the Pope's picture surrounded by sprinkles. I mean, who doesn't love sprinkles? The owner says while he's not Catholic, he thinks it's sweet that the Pope is from his home area.
I'm not Catholic, but I was so excited that an American, first of all, was chosen, and then somebody from Chicago, and then somebody from Dalton. My wife's from Dalton. My sister-in-law's family is from Dalton. I know very well the parish that he started at, St. Mary's.
The owner says they've made all sorts of cookies over the years, highlighting pop culture, sporting teams, and historic figures, including presidential candidates. And now Pope Leo the 14th. Well, Saturday's rain washed away several playoff games across our area. Coming up in sports, Joseph Touring tells you when some games will be made up. And as we head to break, here's a live look at Houston and your winning lottery numbers.
I love my work.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group. On your sideline, sponsored by Chandler Law Firm.
We had plenty of playoff games across the two-state that were scheduled for Saturday, but sadly, nearly all of them were washed out by the rain. That included baseball and softball playoffs in South Carolina and tennis playoffs right here in Georgia. North Augusta's baseball team was set to host number 1 seed Gilbert Saturday afternoon. Here's what the field looked like around 3 o'clock. By that time, the game had already been called off. Athletic Director Richard Bush says the game has now been moved to Monday night at 7 o'clock. With how much rain we're expecting on Monday, there's a chance that the same thing ends up happening again. As I said, we were also supposed to find out if our local GHSA tennis teams would play for a state title. Lakeside's girls team will now face Roswell in the 5A semis Wednesday night at 4 o'clock. The Panthers will be hosting that match, so go out and support them if you can. Screven County's boys team was scheduled to play Early County over in Rome. We don't have confirmation on whether or not that match was played or postponed, but as soon as we know, we'll pass that information along to you. And while it remained quiet here in the CSRA Saturday, the new kids on the block over in Flowery Branch are getting in their first reps. Falcons rookie camp kicked off Friday, and there is plenty to be excited about. Not only did the Falcons dedicate nearly their whole draft to the defensive side of the ball, they got 2 players in the first round who will likely be Week 1 starters. Edge rushers Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. hope to bring a spark that Atlanta has desperately needed over the last 6 years. The Falcons have finished bottom 20 in total quarterback sacks. Not to mention, they added a pair of safeties to help out A.J. Terrell and Jesse Bates III in the secondary. Second-year head coach Raheem Morris says he could see any one of his rookies taking the mantle as a captain this year.
You see future captains and these guys make up, and it's like, the team will decide that, and he'll decide that, but you see the makeup, just like different. I mean, you see those guys when you walk in the room, you see it all over them.
I take that with honor and pride. It's what I always pride myself on, of being that leader, being that captain for the ball club I'm playing a part of. And me being here is just going to encourage the rest of the team and encourage myself to just be better.
Falcons rookie camp will wrap up Sunday with mandatory minicamp starting on June 9th. Staying in Atlanta for some WNBA action, the Dream hosting the Indiana Fever in their second preseason game. Former South Carolina Gamecock Tahina Paopao scored 14 off the bench. Another former Dawn Staley product, Alicia Gray, with 4 points and 6 rebounds. It wasn't enough to bring down Caitlin Clark's Fever. The WNBA regular season gets started next Friday, May 16th. And while I pray to bring you some more local content on Sunday, let's talk about some news that came out Saturday morning, taking many of you in the NFL world by surprise. Roll the big finish. After 11 years of professional football, New Orleans Saints quarterback Derek Carr has called it a career. Carr spent 9 seasons with the Raiders before signing with the Saints in 2023. Last season, he injured his throwing shoulder, and Saturday morning, he announced that injury was the deciding factor in his decision to retire. With Carr gone, the Saints quarterback room currently consists of former Gamecock Spencer Rattler and their second-round pick this year, Tyler Shaw, out of Louisville.
Well, we did have some measurable rainfall today, and that total is going to continue to climb as we get closer to midnight. But tomorrow, we can still expect a decent amount of rainfall. I'll have a final check on your forecast coming up.
It's employee pricing with the Ford crew.
Employee pricing across a full lineup.
Fun fact, Hank, Ford assembles the most vehicles in the country.
Another fun fact, everyone pays what we pay.
So, you get employee pricing. You get employee pricing. You get employee pricing.
Steph.
Yeah?
Everyone gets employee pricing.
You get employee pricing.
Now get employee pricing plus 3.9% for 72 months, plus up to $32.50 total savings on select Bronco Sport SUVs. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Augusta
Augusta University Health System is now WellStar, affiliated with Medical College of Georgia, which means you get more. More personalized care, more compassionate expertise. WellStar, more than healthcare, people care.
Free hot dogs.
55,000.
Give. How you spend it is up to you.
Well, check this out. An alligator was removed from a Florida front porch, and the Lee County Sheriff's Office posted this video to their Facebook page. But believe it or not, they say they've received a bunch of calls of suspicious gator knocking on doors in this neighborhood. Luckily, the gator was relocated. I don't know about you, Emily, but if a gator comes knocking on my door, I'm running out the back.
Yeah, well, maybe I'm just trying to get to higher ground. I don't know. Aren't alligators pretty fast? Like, I think that they can run fast.
I don't want to get close enough to kind of like find out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's a no for me. That is a big gator there.
Massive. Oh my gosh. Just watching it in real time.
Ugh, yeah, no, that would definitely be freaking me out. But hey, let's take one more look at that forecast though before we go. 70 will be that average high tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms will continue throughout Sunday, throughout Monday, and then maybe a few isolated showers for your Tuesday. But by the end of the week, we're going to see those highs in the lower 90s.
Well, hey, that's our time. Thank you for yours. We'll catch you right back here tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restless